The number of absolute commie lunatics, blue-haired, mask-wearing freaks on our streets in Canada is going up day by day. My God, I don't know if Ottawa is the capital of the world for these types of people, but they're very disturbed. They're very violent. If you say anything that they don't agree with, they get right in your face. For the people who are so-called anti-fascist, my God, I've never seen a more violent group of people. Do they understand that the definition of a fascist is somebody who resorts to violence in order to settle a dispute? Democracy is supposed to be about, I state my case, you state your case, and the population decides who's correct. But my God, these are some violent people. We now have the Minister of Families out in Manitoba saying that Charlie Kirk getting gunned down was too good for him. We have a Professor Ruth Marshall at the University of Toronto saying fascists deserve to die and continuing to hold her role. We have David Cochrane at the CBC listing Charlie Kirk's so-called transgressions that led to him getting killed. We have a so-called anti-hate expert on that same network talking about how Kirk had it coming. My God, when are Canadians going to wake up and realize these woke ideologues are putting all of us in danger? This is typical communist playbook bullshit. They call you a fascist, they call you a danger to society, and it's total gaslighting. It's exactly what they are. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing that we've seen after Kirk was assassinated, and now we're being told that we have to be worried about right-wing extremist reaction. No, we have to be worried about the total whack jobs who have been told us that men can become women and women can become men. Now their whole worldview is coming down around them, and they are getting very violent and very angry. I want to thank everybody who came out to Parliament Hill yesterday. Fantastic turnout. We need to keep the momentum going. These lefty loonies, totally fucking Looney Tunes in Ottawa. It's like a dystopian hellscape with these people. But they see the public opinion polling. They know that their wacky ass ideology that doesn't say that up is up and down is down is on the way out, and they're getting increasingly angry. We need to keep the momentum up. Tomorrow, Parliament Hill. Parliament's finally back in Canada. We need to get in our parliamentarians' faces because we cannot withstand another even 6 months of this crazy liberal government that's literally in Canada, it's setting our country on fire. It's exactly what they're doing. They're doing everything they can to divide us, to break this country up into segments. We have Antifa now roaming the streets. You try to organize a rally in this country and you are not ideologically aligned with the liberals, the violence is guaranteed to come your way. We've seen it time and time again. It's not going to scare me. It's not going to scare any conservatives from coming out. But my God, we certainly know that the government is not going to defend us. It's a sad state of affairs in communist Canada, where if you disagree with any of the woke ideology coming out of Mark Carney, guy's a total creep looking to his family, looking to profiteer himself. There's no problem with all the crack smoking going on in Ottawa that you see on a daily basis when you live in the city, thanks to crazy liberal safe supply, where you can just pick up your crack pipes provided by the liberal government. Live a couple blocks down from Parliament. I'll shoot a video soon. You can't walk 5 meters without seeing somebody tweaking out. It used to be something you'd never see in the city. Now it's every goddamn day, every goddamn hour, thanks to these crazy liberal policies. We need to get in these people's faces and let them know enough is enough. Yesterday was a good start in Canada. Have some momentum going, but now that the parliamentarians, they're finally off their fucking 3-month vacation. Mark Carney's decided to stay in Canada for longer than 6 consecutive days. For the first time in a long period of time, we need to get in these people's faces and let them know. The Canadians demand an election. There's a lot of weird stuff that happened in the 2024 election that saw a man who hasn't even lived his adult life in Canada. Over 90% of his stocks owned are in the United States. Works for Brookfield Asset Management, the WF in Davos. He's just overseeing the continued managed destruction of Canada, where the standard of living continues to fall, GDP per capita down 6 quarters in a row, which is nearly impossible in a country like Canada unless done intentionally. So tomorrow, Parliament Hill, I want to see thousands of patriotic Canadians getting in these people's faces, demanding an election, demanding another election. Really weird stuff happened in the 2024 election. After a decade of Justin Trudeau, you cannot tell me that the Canadian people wanted a creep like Mark Carney as their prime minister, another woke ideologue, total worm, after having the worm Justin Trudeau. But my God, you walk around Ottawa and this place is a dystopia. This place is a fucking dystopia. So tomorrow, Parliament Hill, let's keep the momentum going. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel, become a member, join, help mold this movement from the ground up. We have to keep the momentum going. I'm going to be organizing more in the future, figuring out how we can be, because the one thing I'll give the left is they're good at organizing. We need to be well organized in the future and know exactly what our plan of attack is for these rallies, because we know there are going to be counter protesters and we have to be prepared to deal with that. And we know the police certainly are not going to be on our side. So please like, share, subscribe, join, become a member. If you're following on TikTok, please make sure you're following on YouTube, youtube.com/app Fight for Canada 2025, because the Canadian government is not a big fan of dissidents. And tomorrow, Parliament Hill, let's get in parliamentarians' faces, let them know Canadian patriots are going to take this country back. We're sick of these green grifting liberal scammers stealing Canada. Canadian patriots are going to win.